Compassionate Care Transportation is a senior and wheelchair transportation provider offering non-emergency medical transport and even more than that. From medical appointments to outings like restaurants, parks, and family events, they deliver safe, reliable, and dignified services for those using wheelchairs or ambulatory assistance. Here to talk more about this wonderful company is John Ely and Debbie DeLuca Ely. It's good to have you both.
Nice to have you back, too.
So, John, we just mentioned it, safe, dignified, and reliable. How do you provide that to your clients?
Well, Cameron, it starts with the vans. Obviously, most of our clients are dependent on wheelchairs, so the vans are set up special to accommodate that and secure the wheelchair in the van. But it really, I think the differentiator is our drivers and their training. Each driver has training that you would expect, CPR, things like that, but they also have special training on passenger safety and passenger sensitivity because our clients, they have special needs and our drivers are very attuned to that. They just ensure that it's a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable ride.
And you mentioned that providing an experience that goes beyond a medical appointment. How do you elevate these social interactions as well?
Well, it's a great point because we market ourselves as more than medical. What we found was a lot of our clients, because they're dependent on assistance, they can feel isolated in their home. And we've actually heard stories that the only time they ever got out was to go to a doctor's appointment. And we thought they should be enjoying life like everybody else. So restaurants, parks, zoos, and now that the weather is so much nicer, we're finding that we're taking a lot of clients to family picnics and gatherings.
That's awesome.
So they're just getting out and enjoying life. It doesn't have to be just going to a doctor's appointment. It can be just going anywhere that you need to go.
And I've heard you talk about it, Debbie, that it's through the door. When it comes to your protocols and your practices, how do you accomplish that sets your team apart from the rest?
Well, one of the things I noticed as a clinician, Camera, when I would take my patients to doctor's appointments, the van drivers would just drop them off at the door. And then they had no way of getting up to the appointment, getting checked in with the receptionist. Our drivers do through-the-door transportation, so they actually take them in, make sure that they're checked in before they leave them. And they're really given an experience. That was one of the things that I wanted when I started this company. Instead of wheeling them in a van, making sure that they're secured. I've seen a securement done 2-point instead of 4-point. Scary. And I wanted to make sure that through the door, that not only from the minute they were strapped in, they were able to get to the appointment safely.
I love that. Not to the door, like you said, like a package, through the door with them. And there's also a collaboration between the caregivers and your staff. Talk about that as well.
So because we also offer home care, we have caregivers that if you need to have a caregiver assist your patient, your loved one, to an appointment, and it frees up a family from having to take time away from work and things like that.
Good point.
Yeah, so we can provide you with caregivers also. So it's an additional concierge service that that I could say that most companies don't have the ability to offer.
This is so great. I know a lot of people are watching John and Debbie thinking, this is what I want for my loved ones. How do they reach out to your team? Is there a website they can go to or a number they can call?
Yeah, they can visit us at compassionatecaretransportation.com or simply call the number on the screen.
Making it easy. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in studio.
Thank you.
So great to know how much you care for your clients. It's incredible and inspiring.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Like they said, if you want to find out more information, the website is right there on your screen, compassionatecaretransportation.com.